guys, so I read the Indigo Spell and I really liked it, and if you haven't read it I would definitely suggest reading it, especially if you love the Bloodline series so far, which if you do I wouldn't see why you wouldn't have read the book already. But anyway, point is, go read it and then come back so we can talk about it. And now there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please, like I said, go read the book and then come back. Well, the Indigo Spell is the third book in the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. Is really great. There's Sonia's wedding finally happens, which is amazing. There's more magic, and Sydney finally embraces the fact that there is magic running through her and that she has these special powers, magical powers, that is, which is not normal for a human. And but she has it, she has the power. And so she finally embraces that. And there's this witch who is going after her in a way, so she has to protect herself. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool things, and throughout the whole story there's the whole Adrian loving her thing and her not being able to acknowledge the fact that she loves him too. So it takes her this whole entire book to finally realize that yes, she in fact does love him, and she doesn't know how exactly it's gonna work out or how they're gonna make it work because of the whole taboo thing with Moroi being with humans. But it's love, so they're gonna figure it out somehow. There's also Marcus Finch, the ex-alchemist who broke his tattoo, and he is leading a rebellion thing. So he's working with rebellious alchemists, helping them break their own tattoos and working towards... He likes Moroi and Amphere, so he wants to just be more friendly towards them. Sydney ends up really actually breaking her tattoo, and she's freed from that compulsion that the alchemists put in the tattoo, even though her will is pretty strong, so she was doing rebellious things even before that. But now, without the compulsion in the tattoo, she's finally capable of realizing that she's in fact in love with Adrian, so that's a good thing. In the end of the book, she refuses to actually go through the whole process and put the indigo tattoo on top of it, but she wants to keep fighting the good fight, but in her own way, doing her own thing and staying with the alchemists, kind of like a spy, just trying to figure things out pretty much. Yeah, so there's some pretty cool moments in the book. Like there's one when they're at the wedding after Adrian asks her to dance, and they look really cute and awesome while dancing, even though they're surrounded by people who find the Moroi human relationship taboo. They're still like a pretty good couple, and they were matching, which is awesome. And totally random, but anyway, so after the dance they go to the bar, and there are these two guys there who are drunk, and they talk about Tatiana, who is Adrian's murdered great aunt. She was the previous queen of the Moroi, and her and Adrian were really close, and everyone thought that she was like a stone cold bitch, which Adrian didn't. They were actually, like I said, really close. And he goes into that spirit infused madness rant, and Sydney recognizes that, and he goes on about how Tatiana was the only one who understood him and believed in him. And then Sydney goes and says, "She wasn't the only one. I believe in you. She's at peace, and nothing they say can change who she was. Please come back to me." And that is just such a sweet moment. She's like please come back to me. It's just really amazing. And on that note, I wanted to point out, have you noticed that whenever in a story the guy is of a beastly nature, I'm using beastly as a very loose term here, but has this other nature that's like insane or beastly or monstery or whatever, like in Beauty and the Beast or Angel in Chase, there's always the girl who they're meant to be with, their one true love. She's always the one who is able to bring him back from that other bad place. She's always the one who's, when he looks into her eyes, he recognizes her and he's like, okay, I need to come back to you now. Like his whole being is screaming that to him. Have you noticed that? Or just a side note, I guess. So that's a really sweet moment and I really loved it. It's just so... I just love the train of thought that Adrian has. I mean, seriously. I've said over and over, I'd do anything for you. I just keep hoping it will be something like, Adrian, let's go hot tubbing, or Adrian, take me out for fondue. Seriously, fondue, that's awesome. And it's just totally unexpected and random, and the funny thing is, at the end of the book, they do go get fondue, which is really cool, I think. It's just their whole relationship. In the whole book, there's all these little things. Like, she can't stay away from him, and he says he will love her, and they're always there for each other, and it's just so amazing. And there's even this one part where Jill is talking to Sydney, and then after that, Sydney's thinking, having someone who wasn't a forbidden vampire in my life would make things a lot easier. I tried to dredge up the same reaction other girls had around Marcus, but nothing happened. No matter how hard I tried, I just didn't have that same attraction. His hair was too blonde, I decided, and his eyes needed a little more green. I wonder why his eyes need green. Do we know anyone whose hair is not too blonde, or someone who doesn't need any extra green in his eyes? Sound familiar? Yeah. And even then, like, all these references throughout all the books really so far, she's always comparing other guys to Adrian. Even if it's completely subconscious, she always does it. It's a good thing she finally broke her tattoo so she could realize what it all means. There's this other part. We locked eyes and smiled, but there was nothing sensuous about it. There was no trick here, no sly move on Adrian's part to advance on me. And there was no fear on my part. We were just two people who cared about each other. It reminded me of what had initially drawn us together before all the romantic complications. We connected. Against all reason, we understood each other, and, as he said, we looked out for each other. I'd never had a relationship quite like that with anyone, and was surprised at how much I valued it. Even without the romantic complications, she does admit that her and Adrian are really close, that they connect. So I think that that's pretty important when you realize there are people in your life that you connect with, and that's really important even outside the book and even in the real world. It's important to have people in your life that you connect with, because, I mean, that's what friends are for, really. You have friends that they understand you, they know what you mean. You say something and you don't even finish the thought, and they know instantly that what you're talking about, and they finish the sentence for you. And that's not really exactly the connection I'm talking about, but it's just really important to connect with another human being on such a deep emotional level. It's important to have those connections, because if we don't, then who are we really? And it's just so lonely if you don't have that connection. And she has, even with her upbringing and with her way of life and with her job and with her being an alchemist, and she's always taking care of everyone and everything. And it's really important here that she finds that one connection, that most important connection a human can possibly ever make. And it's Adrian, the one who she connects with. And she acknowledges that. She realizes it even before she realizes that she loves him romantically. So that's pretty important, I think. She has an adoptive little dragon. Her and Adrian are parents now. How cute is that? I mean, it's just adorable and totally out of nowhere, but it's just so cute. So at the end of the book, there's this one part where the new dancer comes, and here's how it goes. Standing near them was a tall, good-looking guy with neatly trimmed black hair and bright blue eyes. He wore a stern, serious expression and was scanning the area. At first I was like, that guy reminds me of someone. And then I realized who I was thinking about. I'm like, oh shoot, wrong franchise, because hello Will Herondale. A little bit, right? I mean, it's just where my mind went. And also, I think that he and Zoe would kind of fall for each other, but that's just... yeah, that's just what I think. After she opens Adrian's letter and she goes to that place, I just had to make my eyes stay where they are, because sometimes when I get overly excited, my eyes kind of skip stuff and go forward, and I was trying really hard not to do that because I wanted to go with the story instead of rush forward. And I even had to like hide the rest of my page just so my eyes wouldn't skip. So that's how excited I was at that point. That was pretty awesome. And then in the end, okay, seriously? Listen to this. Let me get this straight. The future of our relationship hinged on advice from a 15-year-old girl, a probably untrue story from a one-eyed chihuahua trainer, and me, unromantically yet skillfully kissing you on top of silverware and china? Yeah! That was like the best line ever. Seriously. So overall, it was a pretty great book. I think I definitely can't wait for the next one. And lucky for me, the Fairy Heart, which, by the way, t-shirt with the Fairy Heart, did you see that one there? When they were on campus and he was painting a t-shirt and it was with a fairy heart, fiery heart. Can't say that word. But did you make the connection there? Because there's something, I mean, it was right there. And I don't know, but my mind kept going back to that fiery heart thing, and it was trying to tell me something. It's like at the edges of my mind, but I can't exactly reach it, but there's something with that there. I don't know. But it is pretty cool. Anyway, so the Fiery Heart comes out at the end of this year, so it's only several months away instead of a whole year away, which I'm very happy about. And Richelle Mead has said that there will be Adrian's point of view in there. So I'm super excited about that because I like reading books that have different points of view. I feel that you get more of the story that way instead of just the one person always talking from their point of view. A lot of things are missed like that when you do that, even though we're looking through their eyes. So even though we see things that they don't while looking through their eyes, there's still more to the story when there's other characters talking too. So I'm super excited about it. And yeah, so that's my Indigo Spell little book talk. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, or anything of the sort, or theories, just let me know, comment below, and if you click on the thumbs up button, that would be great. It would totally make my day. and I will see you guys around.